Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. It's going to be the clash of the conclaves. Why do I say that? Well, while the opposition meets for a two-day conclave in Bengaluru, in the national capital, tomorrow is a meet by the NDA. So it's the UPA, what it was, and possibly the NDA of what it was, in search of new alliances coming together. While the opposition meet says that they have 26 parties on board, the Bharatiya Janata Party says they have 38 parties on board. It would be interesting how things actually go down, but especially where it comes down right now with what it's playing in Bengaluru, in Karnataka. Congress hosting the second time around where the opposition is meeting. There is one big question which is coming to the fore, viewers, and that question is, will there be stakeholders all where the opposition meet is concerned, or is there an at least submission by certain opposition parties that the opposition unity will rest, or the stage of opposition unity will rest on the fulcrum of the Congress, that the Congress takes center stage when it comes down to opposition unity. These are live visuals that are coming in. An informal meet of sorts right now, followed by a dinner which is going to be hosted by none else but Mr. Siddaramaiah. The Congress is hosting this particular meeting. The first one happened in Patna. Sonia Gandhi in attendance. Sitting right next to Sonia Gandhi is Mamta Banerjee. Interesting to note, viewers, Mamta Banerjee is not going to attend the dinner. She's attending this meet, MK Stalin there, but she will not attend the dinner which is hosted after this particular meeting. And of course, tomorrow is going to be the big day. You have Bhagwant Mann, Punjab Chief Minister, addressing the people there. You have Mehbooba Mufti. You have, of course, RJD, Deputy CM, sitting right next to Mehbooba Mufti. Right in the middle, you see that there is, of course, this is Mr. Siddaramaiah. You have Omar Abdullah. But right sitting bang in the middle is Mr. Kharge. Is Congress chairing this meeting? And by chairing this meeting, at least, is one thing seemingly becoming clear. Arvind Kejriwal sitting right next. On one side, you have Uddhav Thackeray. On the other side, you have Lalu Prasad. But is this meeting going to be chaired by the Congress? That's the big question. And if it is it acceptable to all? Sharad Pawar not attending this meeting today. He will be in tomorrow. The reason that Sharad Pawar's faction of the NCP has given for not attending this meeting is that the monsoon session is on, but he's going to be there tomorrow. Mamta Banerjee, again, very, very interesting. She's there for this particular meeting, but she's not going to be there for dinner tonight. And tomorrow, she has a flight out of Bengaluru at 5:30. The joint press conference is going to be held anytime after 4. So just about really after attending the meeting, she's going to be making her way out. These are live shots that are coming in, viewers. All of this will also happen tomorrow on the sidelines of the big NDA meeting. So it's a clash of the meeting of opposition parties at one end, and on the other end, it's the NDA conclave in Delhi. The power list of both factions coming together on a single day. Expect fireworks. Who are the 38 parties in the BJP camp? The 26 parties where the opposition camp is concerned. Seemingly understood right now. Some big stakeholders, some small parties also joining in. But the question that we're going to ask in this bulletin is, viewers, are opposition parties all on board when it comes down to the Congress leading the pack, being the center stage of opposition unity? The big opposition meet round 2. "26 parties set to attend a two-day conclave. Venue, Bengaluru. Host, Congress. Sonia Gandhi to attend mega meet. Will the meeting be chaired by Kharge? Aam Aadmi Party to attend after Congress ordinance support. TMC brokers peace between AAP and Congress. But Mamta and Pawar do not attend dinner hosted by the Congress. equal stakeholders or submission to Congress's pivot? Who will lead the Mahagathbandhan? Can Congress be the fulcrum on which rests opposition unity? Will united opposition agree to be led by the Congress? Top focus to the point this evening. Lots of questions there, but also, like I said earlier, it's going to be a clash of conclaves of sorts. At one end in Bengaluru, opposition meeting, and the NDA saying they have 38 parties in its fold meeting tomorrow. Well, at one end, will the opposition agree to be led by the Congress? On the other hand, the matter is settled. It's Narendra Modi, very clearly, who is going to be leading the united pack of the NDA, depending on what those 38 parties are. Let's take those questions to our panelists this evening. Joining me is Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Shama Mohammed, National Spokesperson, Congress. Joining me shortly would be Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Spokesperson, Samajwadi Party, as well as Khaliqur Rahman, Senior Leader of the BRS. The BRS is not attending either of the meets. Cutting across to Dr. Shama Mohammed first. Dr. Mohammed, at one end, I would reckon that the Congress would have something to smile about. A lot of political parties and leaders that did not want to come to a Congress-run state the first time around agreed to do so this time. Will there be an attempt of sorts to find a common minimum program which seems exceedingly difficult to reach?
Preeti, we have organized this in Bangalore, and as you see, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi is attending it. And of course, we really want to have a united opposition. We see what's happening in this country. I mean, cooperative federalism is gone. Things like, they get so petty. When Anna Bhagya scheme, we were promised rice at 34 kgs, 34 rupees per kg by the FCI, and we were about to give it on 12 June, we were promised. 13 June, the government of India says no, and then they auction that rice and say Karnataka's private players cannot buy it. I mean, what is happening in this country? And then you can hear the Prime Minister of India saying NCP is very corrupt, Ajit Pawar is very corrupt, Kirit Somaiya is the one who brought about the case against Ajit Pawar, 70,000 crore irrigation scam according to them. And Mr. Devendra Fadnavis says he will put Mr. Ajit Pawar behind bars, I still remember, in 2014. Now that same Ajit Pawar, after 2 weeks, is with them. There's an AAT investigation happening. So what we are seeing is that, look at Manipur. Manipur is burning. The Prime Minister of India is not saying even the word. Yesterday, 3 trucks burnt. 2 firing incidents. Still Manipur is burning, but the Prime Minister of India is very busy in France, America, UAE. He doesn't go there. He doesn't even say Manipur. He doesn't call out and say, you know what, my dear people, we want peace there. Nothing. So what is happening? This country is getting destabilized by a Prime Minister who just doesn't care. I remember one particular, this is a party with a difference, and now this BJP has become party with differences because a lot of their second-rate leaders are upset. You know, they have a lot of lateral entry coming in, cadre-based party, not able to reach where they want to reach. So I am telling you that the opposition is very united. You can see it today. Many other opposition parties will not attend Patna.
But Dr. Mohammed, like you made a point, you talk about Ajit Pawar, where you had the BJP calling them corrupt. Of course, Ajit Pawar faction is going to be tomorrow in Delhi, but it cuts both ways, madam. And Dr. Mohammed, you also know your Delhi unit has been calling Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party corrupt, especially where the liquor scam is concerned. You've been holding them responsible. You are now breaking bread with Arvind Kejriwal, who's sitting right there. But having said, can I just, what we're going to do is, ma'am, we're going to just open the debate out. So in a lot of ways, it cuts both ways. Where a united opposition is concerned, we still do not know whether there is going to be a united opposition. You have a Mamata Banerjee who's attending the meet right now, but she's skipping the dinner, which is being hosted by Mr. Siddaramaiah. But I want to bring in Guru Paswan into this conversation. Dr. Paswan, interesting that the BJP chooses to have the NDA meet the same time that the Congress has, or the opposition, united opposition hosted by the Congress in Bengaluru is having their meet tomorrow. A tad bit insecure, Dr. Paswan?
Preeti, a very warm good evening to you and all my fellow panelists. I was patiently listening to my friend from the Congress party who made a comment on cooperative federalism, which is a bit rich coming from Congress party that has suspended more than 50 duly elected state governments. In the entire constitutional history of our country, we have seen emergency only once by the same Congress party. We have seen the same Congress party that has feared to go beyond one family. Point number one. Point number two about NDA, let me make this very clear. We are out there on a positive and constructive note. In 2014, India was the 10th largest economy. In our 9 years of governance, India is the 5th largest economy. You look at every single indicator. The IMF has said that the poverty has gone down. The World Bank is constantly praising India. IMF is saying that India is going to be the bright spot in the future.
Right.
But coming back to NDA, I consider NDA, the making of NDA, Preeti, was an important event in the political history of our country. And I'm sure you would remember Gadbandhan Dharma. This term was introduced to political lexicon, that Gadbandhan is also a dharma by Bharat Ratna former Prime Minister late Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. We are going out there on a positive and constructive agenda. On the contrary, look at what the opposition is doing. In Bihar, what is happening? In Bihar, you have a Mukesh Sahni who has left the Mahagathbandhan. In Bihar, you have a Chirag Paswan who is going to join NDA. In Bihar, you have a Dalit leader, Mahadalit leader, Jitan Ram Manjhi, who has left the Mahagathbandhan. In Bihar, you have Upendra Kushwaha. In Uttar Pradesh, you have Suhail Dev, Bharatiya Samaj Party. So it shows the elitist and the arrogant nature of the
Dr. Guru
Congress
Prakash
party,
Paswan, as I bring in the
family.
Samajwadi Party spokesperson into this conversation, I want to ask you one quick question. If all markers are going stupendously well, like you point out, and India is shining and it's the moment there, what's the need of getting those into the fray who you call corrupt and who use the most foulest language for you? Why have the likes of Mr. O.P. Rajbhar? Doesn't that smack of desperation of the BJP, sir, then?
No, we have never compromised on our ideology. If they agree with our ideology of strong India, a resilient India, India which is going to lead the global world order, you are welcome to join us.
Dr. Paswan, the likes of Mr. Maggi, who you just named, the likes of O.P. Rajbhar have gone on record to use language which I can't even articulate right now on national television. And sir, you hail from the same area, so you know better. And tomorrow they are going to be sitting right next to the Prime Minister after having used language which is despicable for him.
No. Preeti, that shows the power of Bharatiya Janata Party. That shows that the Bharatiya Janata Party has emerged as the single most important pole in Indian politics today.
Okay.
Everyone wants to come to Bharatiya Janata Party. Is there a law? Is there a rule? Is there a constitutional embargo on political parties who wish to join an alliance? You cannot allow them to join. If everyone
no,
wants to join
absolutely
the
not.
bandwagon of
Absolutely
Bharatiya
not.
Janata Party,
But the question, absolutely not. I want to bring in this. Okay, I want to bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. You're right, there is no law there, but let's not hide under the garb that it is on the basis of ideology. It's not on the basis of ideology, sir. It cuts both ways. It's on the basis of politics. The sheer fact that you are going to have the likes of O.P. Rajbhar sitting right next to you, the likes of Ajit Pawar, who till just 2 weeks ago was extremely corrupt. It's politics, and let's not, hide under any charade of calling it ideology. But I want to bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, Ghanshyam Tiwari, into this conversation. Ghanshyam Tiwari, at least the BJP or the NDA is clear on one agenda. It's under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. Is the Samajwadi Party okay with the fact if the Congress leads the Mahagathbandhan or is on the center stage of the Mahagathbandhan?
Good evening, Preeti, to you, the fellow co-panelists and the viewers. Three things stand. One, in 2014, India wanted Achhe Din. We wanted a Prime Minister, we got a radio. The radio would not listen to anybody, would not respond to price rise, unemployment, his own promises, black money, corruption, the Parivarwad, jibe. The fact that the radio shut off the parliament itself because the radio could not respond to his alliance with Adani is shameful for a country like India. So one, the nation wants a vibrant democracy. We want this radio to shut off, and we want a government that is at the center to respond to crises like Manipur. We want a Prime Minister who can address press, visit Manipur where he has his own government. Forget the splinter groups and the gangs that are joining hands with BJP today. The fact that the Prime Minister and the BJP top brass is unable to meet its own MLAs from Manipur is shameful and shows their belief in...
But Dr. Tiwari, I want to bring in the BRS spokesperson, but I'll ask you that question again. Is the Samajwadi Party okay with the fact if the Congress leads the Mahagathbandhan?
when we want to promise the nation a government that will respond to unemployment, a government that will respond to this communal hatred that BJP creates. We want to respond to price rise, the federal structure, the verdicts of Supreme Court. We want to ensure that whoever has come together so far to
But we will not answer. But we will not answer the anchor's question.
We will stick to the common minimum agenda and ensure that a government is elected on the aspirations.
But like I said, we will not answer the anchor's question. I want to bring in, just going to take a quick news break, and then we're going to bring in Ms. Mohammed and Dr. Mohammed and the BRS spokesperson into the conversation. The news we are breaking: Chirag Paswan has joined the NDA after meeting Amit Shah. Expected lines there. Dr. Paswan, congratulations. That's one of the 38 parties that are you're getting into the fray, of course, with whatever little Chirag Paswan brings. That's the latest news break that we're getting in, viewers. Chirag Paswan has joined the NDA after meeting Amit Shah. These visuals coming in a short while ago. Congratulations, Dr. Paswan. You have a new NDA partner. But I want to cut across right now as we go into this news break to Mr. Rahman from the BRS. Mr. Rahman, where is it that the BRS stands? Tomorrow, you're not going to be there. In Bengaluru, you were not there in Patna, you refused to share the dais with the Congress party. If push comes to shove, where does the BRS stand?
BRS stands independently, and we have made it very clear right from the day one that we would be maintaining the equidistance with both the BJP and the Congress party. And our stand is very clear, because as for the 31 or 26 opposition parties which are meeting in Bangalore today, whatever the number is, they have absolutely no agenda except, defeating only one party or opposing one leader. But what is important actually here in the country is, because, if we want to defeat someone, then there has to be some developmental agenda which we have to present before the nation. And we are very clear on that, because Telangana in these last 9 years, we have...
But Mr. Rahman, you're in a bit of a quandary. You're trying to defeat the Prime Minister, the BJP on a national level, at least ideology-wise. In your state, you're trying to defeat the Congress. So therefore, you really don't know where you stand when it comes down to joining hands with either or.
No, we are very clear. We know where we stand today. We know where we stand. We are standing on our principles. We are standing on our development. And that's what we want to present it before the
Dr. Mohammed,
people of the country.
Okay. Dr. Mohammed, how do you see, your whole entire, the optics are coming in. The poster at the back right now says, United we stand. We'll play those visuals out. But having said that, you have a Mamata Banerjee present in the meet, not attending the dinner hosted by you, which is Mr. Siddaramaiah, because you're the host, de facto also Ms. Sonia Gandhi. You don't have a Sharad Pawar there. You have an Aam Aadmi Party extremely cagey of being on the same dais. Of course, they're there right now because you gave them support where the ordinance is in question. So lots of loose ends, especially where your leadership is concerned.
Preeti, they are there in the meeting. You can see them now. Somebody might not want to attend a dinner. Maybe they want to have a soup and sleep, or they're tired or whatever. So there could be a number of reasons why people don't attend dinners. I mean, you're there in the meeting. I understand if you said they're not there in the meeting. Now, I might not sometimes attend dinners because I want to have a soup and I don't want to eat something heavy or have some other excuse or some other reasons. So there can be reasons for not having. Now, having said that, the point about AAP and NCP, which he took up, that is the Manish Sisodia is in jail. There's an investigation happening in the liquor scam. Nobody is saying anything about it. The person involved is in jail. What I'm trying to tell you is, in the irrigation scam, it was initiated by Devendra Fadnavis. It was called Kirit Somaya morning, day and night. Not only he called out him, but he also called out Narayan Rane. All these people. Now, what I'm saying, whoever is corrupt should go behind bars. But what happens is the ED investigation, which was happening on Chhagan Bhujbal, on Ajit Pawar, suddenly will stop. That is the problem. You need to continue the investing. Now, somebody came out in 2014 and said, na khaunga, na khane dunga. And he keeps saying that the Congress party is corrupt, the Congress party. Now, you have to give evidence of our corruption, one. And number two, I only know one leader who's been convicted. Let me tell you, convicted for corruption is Yediyurappa. And then you make him your CM. So what is Modi saying? Okay. People of the country are not fools. See, stop fooling the Indian people. They know that Modi lies from morning to night, because what is this party? Then he keeps saying about emergency and he keeps saying about what happened before. But you have said that you're a party with a difference. Do you want to follow what happened before? Do you want a new India and what your party? So you're not a party with a difference. You just don't care about India.
What you care about is only about winning. So, for example, LJP,
But what's
you
wrong
just
in that?
now said,
Okay.
you said Chirag Paswan. Chirag Paswan is nothing. They broke up LJP. Chirag Paswan just wants to win and become a minister. That's about it. So he joined it. There's no other option for a Chirag Paswan. Who's going to take a Chirag Paswan? What does he have? The other part of the party is with his uncle. So this is what they do. They break parties. Remember, when the UPA was there, no alliance partner was broken. We used to listen to them and we respected our alliance partners. They broke the Shiv Sena. Akali Dal is not there anymore. LJP was broken by them. All the alliance partners.
All right.
So they're saying that
But Dr. Mohammed, this politics, like you said, and what Chirag Paswan brings a sizable Dalit support base for the Bharatiya Janata Party, like Mr. O.P. Rajbhar, who brings a sizable OBC base. And therefore, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, why must we hide behind the charade of ideology, you know, where you have enough evidence, history stands testimony of there has been no bonhomie, especially where ideology is concerned. What's so wrong in suggesting that this is politics, and it makes perfect sense right now?
No, ask him about na khaunga, na khane dunga.
Those questions Dr. Mohammed, those questions have been asked. The first question was that. The first question was that. Dr. Paswan, please go ahead.
Preeti, I hope you would give me the same courtesy that you extend to the Congress spokesperson. I think for a leader whose party is out on a bail, for a party whose leaders are out on bail, National Herald scheme, who is on bail? It is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, it is Madam Sonia Gandhi, who are out on bail. I will not, Preeti, I think this was an opportunity for me. Let me speak. I did not speak a single word when Madam from the Congress Party was speaking.
Sir,
we have a different sanskar and we are showing our sanskar.
Sir, please make your point. Can I just get Dr. Paswan? Just make your point, sir.
No, this won't work like this, Preeti. You gave Madam Mohammed uninterrupted time, and I expect the same from you. I did not expect more from you. So you have to understand, for a party whose leaders are out on bail, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is out on bail. You forgot the name of Mr. Lalu Yadav, who was convicted. You conveniently forgot everyone. You ignore Dalit votes. Obviously, for Chirag Paswan, you don't matter anyone. For the first time in our history, madam, for the first time in our history, an Adivasi was made the President of India. An Adivasi ki beti was sent to the highest constitutional position in the country for the first time, and you oppose tooth and nail. This shows the real feudal character of the Congress party. India is the 5th largest economy. We don't care. We are hosting G20. We don't care. We are hosting Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We don't care. The IMF says that the extreme poverty is down to 1%. We don't care. This is the real arrogant and the feudal mindset of the Congress party. But the people of India, you have this mindset, you have this attitude that anyone can fool the people of India. The people of India are far more intelligent than all of us combined on this panel. And they have made it very clear in 2014. They have made it very clear in 2019 in all the state elections. Even from Amethi, your clown prince was ousted. But what happened to them? You have to understand the real feudal and arrogance characteristic of the Congress party is out in the open.
All right, okay. Dr. Mohammed, 10 seconds to respond, and then I'm going to close the show. Go ahead.
You know, what he keeps on saying about, I've asked him number of times, who is the convicted politician in the Congress party? You cannot keep saying we're corrupt.
Who is Mr. Lalu?
You have a convicted leader, Yediyurappa. He was convicted in 2011.
All right, we are going to keep getting into this debate. With your permission, may I please bow out. I appreciate all our panelists for joining us. I hope to have you back soon tomorrow. We are going to keep a keen eye on all developments as they take place, because like I said, it's going to be a clash of conclaves. At one, what is happening in Bengaluru already started. The other, the NDA is meeting tomorrow. 26 parties where the opposition is concerned, 38. 38 very clear about the fact who's leading them, who's Prime Minister Modi. The 26th there. Will they let Congress take the lead? We don't know, and we're going to keep you informed.